With another cruise ship having arrived overnight, I decided to get on the road early. The first part of the journey today takes me along Aurlandsfjellet Scenic Route, which travels from fjord to fjord across a desolate and barren mountain where snow is on the ground for most of the year. I headed uphill to the Stegesheim viewpoint, but the cruise ship coaches had beat me to it. The elegant viewing platform at Stegesheim gives an illusion of hovering in space, reaching some 30 metres out over the pine trees, 650 metres above Aurlandsfjord. The first stop was at Flåm, where there is a new landscape of gentle ridges and wide plains, with peaks and glaciers in the distance, as well as a lake and a waterfall. Climbing from the Erdalen Valley, the road breaks through the tree line, providing views of the mountains and the summits of the Jotunheimen massif. Just stopped here and saw this peculiar thing. So I haven't been in, and I'm just wondering what it is. Maybe it's mind the head. Maybe it's a toilet. Oh, it doesn't look like a toilet. It's got a seat. It's echoey. What is it in here? Oh, It's the den of a hibernating bear, where he's collected a lot of stuff. Look at the bear. Oh, he's sleeping, fortunately. Nice and asleep. So I'll try not to wake him and get out. Bye bye, bear.
Välkommen ombord. På din egen sikkerhet stöder vi om att studera uppdrag ombord som visar på räddningstjänsten.
The Solvorn to Orness ferry proved to be an old, quaint and very small ferry. I timed it just right, being the last vehicle to reverse on, and I bought one of their themed t-shirts on board. Sognefjellet is the gateway to the Jotunheimen and travels across the highest mountain pass in Norway. I joined the route at Skolden, where the road climbs up to the summit, some 1,400 metres above sea level. I slept well overnight and didn't wake up till 8:30 in the morning with the sun shining. As the weather was due to change in the afternoon, I decided to pop in a little 25k cycle ride in the morning sunshine with a blustery westerly wind. On return to the campsite, I walked to the Co-op Extra supermarket for some supplies for lunch and dinner. I sorted some activity stuff for tomorrow, and then it was time for dinner as the weather cleared. After a broken night's sleep, I awoke early. Then it was time to take on the challenge of Tronoberget. I crossed the Bovril River and then had a quick look around the Lom Rural Museum with buildings from the period 1613 to 1900. Then across the Legsborough log bridge, built in the style of an 18th century log bridge, then hot foot out of town to the start of the climb. It was a very steep, slow and laborious ascent up and across the face of the mountain to Tronoberget, with many boulder fields, 45-degree rock face and tree roots to snag the unwary. The way was marked on trees, boulders and rocks with a red mark, which continued to give confidence that the route was correct. After around 90 minutes of effort, I finally reached the top and took a break to enjoy the views and for some refreshments. Then it was time for the descent, which was less steep and quicker, some 60 minutes, mainly through birch forest, but the continuous downslopes interspersed with rocks required concentration in case of a misplaced step. Finally, I was back down onto Lærdalsfjorden. Then it was a speedy yomp back to Lom along the road and to the campsite for some lunch, a hot shower and surf and turf for dinner. Please click the subscribe button to receive notifications of the next upload. More information on this episode can be found in the description.